Sure, you've heard it. Drink 2 liters of water a day and you'll be healthy. But here's the question. If it's true, if it works, why do so many people who drink their daily dose still feel tired, have dull skin, and suffer from unexplained aches? The thing is, water is not just a liquid to fill your stomach. In traditional Eastern medicine, it's compared to a conductor that can initiate healing processes or simply pass through the body, leaving no trace. Katsuzo Nishi, a Japanese healer, proved early in the 20th century, it's not how much water you drink, but how it reaches your body. Cold, drunk, quickly, without the proper rhythm, it's almost useless. But here, structured, warm, taken at certain times, it becomes medicine. The most surprising paradox: you can drink 3 liters a day and still suffer from dehydration, or drink less, but in such a way that every sip works like a wellness session. Today, we talk about how Katsuzo recommended drinking water to heal the body. Imagine a child who's given a death sentence by doctors. He won't make it to 20. Fragile health, weak lungs, bones like glass, simple medicine, they shrug it off. But instead of resigning, this child begins to search for answers. Not in pharmacies, but in ancient scrolls, in the whispers of monks, in how animals behave when they're sick. This is how the story begins. Katsuzo Nishi, the person who not only cheated death, but left behind a system that has brought health to millions. His life is a challenge to everything we're used to believing. As a child, he was so weak he couldn't run with his peers. Doctors gave up hope, but Nishi refused to accept their prognosis. He immersed himself in the study of everything, from European anatomy to the secrets of Buddhist monks, from the works of ancient doctors to the methods samurais used to recover from wounds. And he came to an astonishing conclusion. The body is not a collection of separate organs, but a delicate mechanism where everything is connected by invisible threads. You can take liver pills for years, but if you don't restore the lymph flow and give energy to the kidneys, the disease will come back over and over. Nishi's main principle sounds almost defiant. Health is not bought, it's earned, but not through exhaustion, but through small, precise actions that become a ritual. He uncovered things that seemed crazy at the time, but are now being confirmed by science. For example, that bone marrow is more important than developed muscles. It's from its state that whether we age or stay young depends. That capillaries are the hidden directors of health, and if you awaken them, the body will begin to repair itself. That water is not just a liquid to quench thirst, but the key to energy. But only if it's drunk in a special way, almost like medicine. In the 1930s, his ideas seemed heretical. Today, scientists agree he was right. His exercise for capillaries is the same one modern clinics use with goldfish. And his way of drinking water is one of the simplest detox methods, requiring neither money nor complex procedures. But the main reason people keep returning to this niche? This is the story of those who, after years of chronic pain, suddenly discovered that it disappeared without the need for a scalpel, no spoons, no pills. Simply because the body finally received what it truly needed. Have you ever noticed how the same water can act differently? A sip, taken slowly in the morning with mindfulness, revives more than 3 cups of coffee. But drunk in a rush, and even ice cold, it passes through the body, leaving nothing but heaviness. The Japanese genius knew the secret is not just drinking water, but drinking a living carrier of information. His research showed water has memory. It remembers the temperature, the rhythm at which we drink it, even our emotional state when we drink it. Cold water is always a stress for the body. It makes blood vessels contract sharply, interrupting the natural rhythm of digestion. Nishi insisted, water should be warm, close to body temperature. Only then is it instantly absorbed without requiring additional effort from the body. Try an unusual experiment. Hold the next sip of water in your mouth for 3 to 4 seconds. You'll feel your salivary glands begin to work actively. This is no coincidence. Yes, the water mixes with enzymes, which signal to the body, get ready to absorb nutrients. Modern scientists confirm the structure of water really changes depending on external influences. The simplest way to revitalize water before drinking it is to stir it vigorously with a spoon. Nishi used similar methods, claiming that this water penetrates better into cells and carries the energy of life. Though some research on water memory is controversial, it's impossible to deny a simple fact. Frozen water crystals look completely different depending on the words or music that were near them. Katsuzo, of course, didn't know about modern scientific discoveries, but his methods astonishingly align with the latest data. The most surprising thing is that no expensive instruments or complex procedures are needed. Just a glass of water, a bit of attention, and the understanding that even the simplest actions can be a remedy. How water changes the body in just 1 week. Day 1 and 2. The awakening of the dormant river. Even before the first sip of water, a light massage on the neck. The fingers glide from the ears to the collarbones, helping to open the main lymphatic gates. Then, the first glass of warm water, but not just any water. It's drunk consciously. Each sip moves through the mouth, mixing with the saliva. This way, the water doesn't just reach the stomach, but is immediately integrated into the metabolism. By the end of the second day, many notice a strange phenomenon. The tongue becomes cleaner, and there's a lightness in the body, as if an invisible burden has been lifted. Day 3 and 4. Breath that purifies. Now the water meets the air in a special way. Before each sip, take a deep breath. Then, hold your breath for 7 seconds. During this time, an amazing accumulation of carbon dioxide occurs in the blood, gently expelling toxins from the cells. Some report slight dizziness. This is a sign that the cleansing process has begun actively. During these days, it's especially important to drink in small amounts but more frequently. Day 5 to 7, dancing organs. Dawn, 5 in the morning, the golden hour for the liver. A glass of water drunk at this time helps it complete its nightly detoxification work. Noon, the kidneys enter their active phase. Now water is like rain to dry land. Evening, the moment when the liquid begins to actively affect the lymph. The last water intake, 2 hours before sleep, added with a drop of lemon juice. It's like a key that closes the daily cycle of purification. By the 7th day, an amazing metamorphosis occurs. The body, which a week ago struggled to wake up in the mornings, now greets the dawn with remarkable lightness. The swelling, which seemed eternal, gradually disappears. Water, on the verge of rain, begins to be distributed properly throughout the body. The skin acquires a healthy glow, a result of complete cellular hydration. Digestion works like clockwork. Now, water activates all the enzymes correctly, bringing more energy because the cells finally receive complete nourishment and cleansing. Even thoughts become clearer. The brain, made up of 80% water, begins to function optimally. This isn't magic. It's physiology working as nature intended. After a week of proper hydration, the body begins to operate at a whole new level. Have you ever noticed how, after a day of insufficient water, the world seems more irritating and problems feel insurmountable? It turns out it's not just a subjective feeling. The Nishi method reveals an astonishing truth. The correct use of water can transform not only our physical state, but also our entire emotional state. In the middle of the 7-day cycle, something amazing happens. People who were used to living in a state of constant anxiety suddenly realize that their usual fears no longer have power over them. The explanation lies in the subtle chemistry of our brains. When the body receives water in the right rhythm and quality, the adrenal glands gradually reduce the production of stress hormones, and the brain cells begin to produce substances more efficiently that are responsible for feelings of calm and satisfaction. This is like the gentle and measured rain that falls after a long drought, soothing both the land and the soul. But the most surprising discovery awaits those who complete the 7 days. The body begins to function differently, as if someone has pressed the reset button on a hidden control panel. Suddenly, it turns out that old eating habits were not so much a need as they were a misunderstanding. The body no longer confuses thirst with hunger. Cravings for sweets decrease, and energy stops swinging like a pendulum between highs and lows. The morning greets you not with a heavy awakening, but with natural vitality. This effect can be compared to the result of a strict therapeutic fast, but without the exhausting feeling of emptiness in the stomach. Water, taken consciously, becomes not just a liquid but a kind of smart tool that gently but persistently reconfigures the entire life system. Now imagine tripling this incredible transformation, not with diets or complicated exercises. A revolutionary discovery has caught the attention of experts and changed the way the body burns calories in an astonishing way, all thanks to a strange purple shell that activates your metabolism like never before. It's not just a trick, it's proven science. Users worldwide are seeing amazing results, burning calories 3 times faster, even while you sleep. Dare to discover it? Click on the link in the description or the pinned first comment and find out with a free video how this purple shell can change your life today. Don't wait any longer. Your body will thank you. And the most beautiful part is that these changes happen almost imperceptibly, as if the body simply remembers how it's supposed to function. What illnesses are reversed? Bloating, heaviness after eating, constipation. These are often not signs of illness, but consequences of the digestive system running on empty for years. When the water starts to flow properly, as if an invisible mechanism is activated, enzymes are activated, peristalsis is regulated, and the intestine finally receives enough liquid for smooth waste elimination. Those who suffer from irritable bowel syndrome often notice that symptoms decrease by the 3rd day. Migraines, brain fog, evening fatigue. Yes, the brain signals a lack of moisture. When water begins to circulate correctly, it disappears. The main cause of spasms? Chronic thickening of the blood and lymph. Interestingly, many people sensitive to weather changes stop reacting to pressure shifts after a week of practice, simply because blood vessels regain their lost elasticity. Dryness, inflammation, and early wrinkles often turn out not to be cosmetic problems, but external reflections of what's happening inside. When water starts nourishing the cells evenly, the skin transforms more noticeably than after expensive creams, because hydration now comes from within, not just the surface. Hypertension. In many cases, it's the body's attempt to push thick blood through narrow blood vessels. Proper hydration acts as a natural regulator. The fluid volume normalizes, the blood becomes less viscous, and the heart no longer has to overwork. It happens. It seems like the person is doing everything right, drinking water, following the recommendations, but the result is barely noticeable. Normally, the cause lies in the details that seem insignificant, but in reality, they completely nullify the benefits. Why shouldn't you drink cold water even in the heat? When you crave an ice-cold drink in the middle of summer, it's worth remembering what happens inside the body at that moment. Instead of being absorbed smoothly, cold drinks cause the stomach to contract, literally from the shock. Blood vessels constrict, digestion slows down, and instead of being purified, the body spends energy needlessly warming what should have been a remedy. It's especially harmful to combine hot food with ice-cold drinks. It's like pouring ice-cold water into a hot engine. Coffee and tea, false allies. It seems like a cup of morning coffee or strong tea is the same drink as regular water. But in reality, these drinks do the exact opposite. They don't replenish moisture, they extract it from the cells, leaving the body even more dehydrated than before. The most insidious moment is the habit of starting the day with coffee instead of water. At this point, instead of waking up and purifying the body, you receive a hefty dose of dehydration, and it works intermittently all day long. What to do to maintain the benefits? Just remember a few simple things. Always let the water rest a bit to warm up to room temperature. If you can't give up coffee or tea, wait at least 40 minutes after drinking the healing water, and try to reduce anything that makes the body lose moisture throughout the day. Water, according to the Nishi method, is not just a drink, but a true medicine. And like any medicine, it requires a conscious approach. By eliminating these not-so-obvious obstacles, you'll finally feel how this method works. In reality, it's no coincidence that Nishi called water the silent doctor. It doesn't shout about its benefits, it doesn't demand attention, and it doesn't provide instant effects. But when you start treating it not as a regular drink, but as an important part of life, the changes come on their own. Water becomes not just a habit, but a daily ritual. Taking care of yourself as naturally as washing your face in the morning or brushing your teeth. Only in this case, you're not cleaning your teeth, but your whole body from the inside. And the more you practice, the clearer you understand. The key is not to force it, but simply to let the water flow. Let it do its work. Because the best doctor is the one you don't notice. And water, when consumed properly, becomes that doctor. Inconspicuous, quiet, and surprisingly effective. Remember, if you want to accelerate your metabolism and achieve even more surprising results, there's a discovery that could change everything for you. A few years ago, a scientist defied the odds with an incredible purple shell, capable of activating your metabolism in ways you never imagined. No diets, no exercise, just one simple step before bed. If you can already imagine what your life would be like with more energy, a much more efficient calorie burn, and healthier skin, click the link in the description and discover through a free video how this purple shell is revolutionizing the health of thousands of people worldwide. But act fast. This discovery is gaining popularity, and you won't want to fall behind. Friends, if this video has been helpful to you, support our channel. Subscribe so you don't miss out on new content, and share the video with those you wish good health. This very information will be the missing piece in someone's wellness puzzle. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for your attention and time. May the knowledge you found here be useful to you and your loved ones. Wishing you good health, awareness, and of course, a long, active life.